Hello again, it's Christopher Railing here in California, a former guide with Free Tours by Foot, and I'm here to get you excited about the social media event taking place on April 14th, Lincoln's last day. I want you to imagine that it's Tuesday, April 11th, 1865. After 3 days of celebrations, a crowd gathers on the White House lawn, ready to hear Lincoln give his first speech after the surrender of Robert E. Lee. He'll give the speech from the second floor window, his aide holding a candle to read his prepared speech, and every time he finishes a page, it drops to the floor and his little son Tad will come and collect it. At the beginning of the speech, President Lincoln is very humble. He puts all of the reason for the victory on General Grant and those who served in the Union Army. The rest of the speech is actually a long policy speech about Reconstruction, particularly in Louisiana. But one line gathers a lot of attention. Lincoln will say, "It is also unsatisfactory to some that the elective franchise is not given to the colored man. I would myself prefer that it were now conferred on the very intelligent and on those who serve our cause as soldiers." So black voting rights, right here in this speech, an important moment not lost on the crowd. At the end of the speech, he gets a long ovation. But not everybody in the crowd enjoyed the speech. 3 men dressed in black, standing in the center of the crowd, looking up with grimaces on their faces. The one in the middle, John Wilkes Booth, a very famous actor of the day. When Lincoln gives that line about black voting rights, he's going to turn to his friends and he'll say, "That means black citizenship. I'll put him through now. That'll be the last speech he'll ever give." That would be President Lincoln's last public address. Now, John Wilkes Booth, he was 26 years old in 1865, so a young man. He was about 5'8", so he's about my height. He was 130 pounds, which is not my weight. He was one of the most popular actors in America, known for his good looks, dark hair, piercing eyes, athletic build, and jumps and leaps on the stage. He was very popular with the ladies. The ladies were popular with him. He had this strong, compelling personality that brought all the people around him, from the high society to the lowest stagehand at the theater. Everybody loved and wanted to be around John Wilkes Booth. Now, he also comes from the most famous acting family in American history. Forget your Barrymores or your Baldwins or your Hemsworths. It was the Booths. His father, Junius Brutus Booth, came over from London to become one of the most famous actors in America. He would have 10 children. 3 of his sons, including John Wilkes Booth, would become famous actors. John Wilkes Booth was 9th of the 10, so he was the younger one, and was very popular at the time. People knew who he was. They wanted to be part of his world and orbit, and that's what's going to allow him to bring people around him to start a conspiracy to go after Lincoln. Booth believed in this institution of slavery and wanted to protect it. He believed in the South and the Southern cause. Here he was as a famous actor, still acting. In fact, Lincoln would see him in November of 1863 in a play called The Marble Heart, and it said that Booth said many of his aggressive lines right up at the presidential box. But he was making a fortune as an actor, about $20,000 to $25,000 a year in 1865, more than the president would make at the time. So here he was, living this rich, wealthy, playboy lifestyle, while Southern boys were dying for the cause that he believed in. That's going to take John Wilkes Booth to Canada, where he'll make connections with an organization called the Confederate Secret Service. Their job to create chaos in the North, poisoning water supplies, bombing plots. But Booth is going to plan a kidnapping conspiracy. Kidnap the President of the United States, take him to Richmond, and use him to negotiate an end to this war in the favor of the South. By this week in April of 1865, that plan has evolved.
Stay with us using hashtag Lincoln's Last Day, FTBF, as we share more background information leading up to our special event commemorating Lincoln's Last Day on April 14th.